Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. Hi everybody. Do me a real big favor. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. I put a new cord for my mic, and I just want to make sure that everyone can hear. Okay. That's good. Thank you. Hopefully that resolved the audio issues. And I really apologize to everyone for my audio issues over the last, I guess, couple of weeks. You guys really deserve a show of the highest production value, and I try to deliver that as best I can. So thank you for holding on with me, hanging in there with me while I figure it out and deliver you guys a really awesome show. So thank you. So we got to talk about Shaquille O'Neal. And he said a couple of things on the Pivot podcast where he had a recent interview. And some of the things that he said was, it's just Shaq in an interview. But some of the stuff that he said was like, oh, beloved, no, we not doing that, beloved. Are we really gonna send our girls out on a kamikaze masculine mission to be little hard men that are gonna be calling Kevin Samuel soon if he's still on the air doing what he's doing? You're gonna make them be Samuelites. Are you gonna make them be Samuelites? Okay, because now I got the giggles. Hey, Miss Chantel. Now I got the giggles, y'all. Let me just not have the giggles. He gonna make them be Samuelites, y'all. He's sending them off. He's sending Shaquille, brother, my brethren. You sending your girls off on a fool's errand. You really are. It's creating something that is a little bit more rare in the black community, but is he creating the daughter wife? Are you creating the daughter wife, beloved? Let's really get into this. So I'm going to play just a clip, not the whole interview is like an hour. And we're only going to play a couple of clips because I believe that there are a few things that we need to hear. We need to hear. This I thought was very interesting. So I'm going to pull it back a bit. And I'm going to share my screen. So let me go here. And we're going to play just a small little clip. This is important. This is more important than people would think. And thank you, Ruminant.
I was 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me back it up. Just a tad.
My last name was Harrison. And mine was
Just a tad.
It's different. Like I've never had to spank or touch my children. Ever.
That's because you was there.
My dad was there too.
And you keep saying, Pop, we all know the story. You keep saying my dad. That wasn't your dad, your biological dad. Right?
Yeah, but I don't believe in that because he raised me. And you know, it's crazy. Like I'm doing a documentary, and I tell the story. I didn't even know he wasn't my real dad till I was 11.
Wow.
Yeah, because my brothers and sisters' last name is Harrison, and mine is Shaquille O'Neal. So I asked my mom and I said, "Hey, why are they Harrison and I'm Shaquille O'Neal?" And she's like, "Baby." And then she told me the story. And she said, "You want to meet your real dad?" I was like, "Cool." So we go right back where I came from, the projects in Newark, New Jersey. I'm like, "I'm cool. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm cool. Got a house. I got brothers and sisters. I'm cool where I am." Then when I turned 18, the other guy showed up. At first, I was kind of upset with him, but after my dad passed away, my mother called me and she said, "You know, you need to go see your biological father." So we're starting to become closer, but I don't hold a grudge because my life went the way it was supposed to go. I live a really good life from a guy who's not even my biological father. He made me who I am today, so I have to respect that. I have to understand that, and I don't dwell on anything else.
Okay. So there's a reason why I thought that was important. The reason why I thought that was important is, thank you, Luke Casely. Hey, Miss Lady. Thank you so much. How you gonna mention the cap being turned? Luke Casely, you crazy. Anyway, listen. I thought it was important. He didn't know. Thank you, B. Barnes. Said, quick, put the copyright on Samuelites, young Samuelites. It wasn't the Samuelites. Hey, Miss Shalakimia, how you doing, sweetie? He didn't know that wasn't his daddy till he was 11. That's problematic. That's problematic. And the reason that's problematic is because why wouldn't that be something that is known in the family among the children, especially the child that is affected the most by this? He had brothers and sisters, which obviously was his stepfather's biological children that his mother had with him. But he was not the biological son of that man. And he had to put two and two together as an 11-year-old to say, wait a minute, why my last name different from their name? And then once he puts two and two together and come up with 4, now she want to confirm 2 and 2 is 4. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And see, I know about that stuff because if Shaq is like 50, which makes him an older Xer, his mother is a boomer. And she might be, I don't know how old his mother is, but she might be an older boomer. And they used to do that all the time. Have a kid, that relationship didn't work, find a stepdad. Now the only difference between a boomer woman and a modern woman having a stepdad is you could find boomer woman that would be a wife to that man and he had dominion over them kids. Like my late husband's mom, her situation was like that. Only she told the truth about it. She was married. She had 3 children by her first husband. That relationship didn't work. And then they got divorced. And then, but quickly, soon after, she got married again to my late husband's father. But he had jurisdiction over all the kids. So there wasn't a situation where, oh, you can't talk to my kids, or you can't with my kids. No, he was the father. He was the father in that house. And she was submitted under him. And it wasn't, oh, these my kids, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. No, she was a wife and mother. So that's usually the only difference between a boomer woman potentially doing this and a modern woman having a stepfather. Modern women with stepdads, I don't really recommend it because they don't know how to be wives to begin with, and they're not good mothers, and they're just not good women. So they don't know what they're doing, so they don't really do a good job of that. That worked in the old school, you know, more often than not. Old school women. Thank you, Philip J. Thank you so much. So that worked for the old school. But in any case, they would do that, not tell. Now, my late husband's situation was different. That was out in the open. That was out in the open. Like, nope, those 3 belong to my first husband. That man right there is your father. That's your dad. So, you know, that was straight. But a lot of times they did what Shaquille's mother did. Just don't tell nobody. Just don't tell the kids. They don't figure it out till way later after they grown and everybody grown and all this kind of stuff. But they never think about what that does to a child. So this boy, Shaquille as a boy, she's like, you want to go meet your dad? So she knew where he was at the whole time. She knew where that man was at. He was accessible. He was accessible to her. She went right over to him. You want to meet your dad? Here you go. That's your father. And he like, nah, I'm good. Well, okay. But he said also in that clip that he was a bit angry with his father. Why? Why would he be angry with his biological father? Had to be something that he gleaned or something he was told about that man by his mom, because he doesn't know him. And this happens all too often in the black community. Don't get that man's side of the story. It could be a raggedy side of the story, or it could be a legit side of the story, but you don't know because you don't ask. And the only side of the story that we ever hear is mama's side. We only ever hear mama's side of the story, because only mama's side of the story actually ever matters in the black community. Okay? So I thought that was interesting, but it might give insight though on some of the other things that he actually said. Like this. Let's go back. Let me share my screen again. And we're gonna skip ahead a little bit to here.
Like, I try to be their friend. I let the moms do all the discipline stuff. I'm a guy that's, you know, lovey-dovey, and, you know, I always want to protect them. I try.
Did you hear that? We back it up.
You know how it is in sports. When I lose, I'm tearing my house up. I'm pissed. I'm breaking anything. But as soon as you have the kid, I'm gonna always protect, provide, and love. I wish I could have been there more, but when I was married, I was always there. Like, you know, we have to go away for work, but when I come home, I was always home. I was playing dog man with the kids, playing the kids. Like, I try to be their friend. I let the moms do all the discipline stuff. I'm a guy that's, you know, lovey-dovey, and, you know, I always want to protect them.
Now, the thing that I found to be interesting here is that he said he let the mom do all of the discipline. I mean, people kind of run their house the way they run their house and their family, but I'm of the personal opinion that I don't agree with the mom being the main disciplinarian in the household. I think the dad should be the main disciplinarian, and let the mom be the one that's gonna nurture and gonna be not the friend, because I don't believe in parents being the friend of your children. I think that has ruined the younger generation by exer parents and older millennial parents trying to be their kids' friend. I don't play that. I didn't play that. I did not play that. When I was raising kids, I'm not your friend. I didn't become their sister until they was out of my house. Thank you, Mr. Docs. I didn't become their sister until they were out of my house and I was no longer fulfilling a motherly role to them. Then I became their sister. Now they can talk to me and do, you know what I'm saying? The relationship changed because you're older, you done kind of got grown. I'm not a mother figure anymore. I'm not mothering you anymore. Although I never really stopped mothering them, but that's a different story. The point is, I didn't play that. I'm not your friend. Because friends don't have boundaries. Friends are each other's peers. And I'm not your peer group. I'm not in a peer group with my child. My child is my child. And we have rules and boundaries as a family for that. Now, you can come to me. I'm not some type of a hard case where my kids can't come to me and feel loved and feel warmth. I'm just not their friend, which is something different. So now let's go to this right here, because this is really important. I'm trying to get these points out of the way first before I really cook, because I want y'all to hear it.
You work for Pepsi. I really have 6 fabulous kids. I don't have any complaints, and they're doing well.
You said when you get 70, you got to hand it over, which brings me to a question. Do you have a favorite of your children, or have you been accused of favoritism?
I like my girls a little bit better.
Why?
Because as a man, you have to protect, provide, and love for your woman.
Do you trust them more than you trust
Yes,
your
I
son?
do. I do. I trust them more because they're more sensitive, they're more caring, and they're thinkers. You know how boys are. Like my boys, you bring a something and right in front of them, they go, you know what I mean? They go. But so, and like I tell my boys, when y'all get 18, y'all got to go. Girls can stay as long as they want.
I say the same
No,
exact
seriously.
thing.
Yeah. No,
Well,
no,
are you
Same
serious?
exact
Are you
thing.
serious when you say that?
yes, I do.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Y'all can stay as long as y'all want. Take your time. Go to college. Get your master's. Get your doctorate. I'll pay for it. Take your time. I'm trying to teach them about all types of men. You know, and you know what to avoid. Like I tell them all the time, I said, don't mess with somebody that everybody wants. Daddy, why? I said, because he got too many options. Got too many options, and depends on how he was raised. You know, he may take advantage of those options. And I always try to tell you, I say, you should get somebody that you like, somebody that you respect, and somebody that you can control. And that's what you should be looking for. Like if you try to mess.
I'm gonna run that back just a little bit.
What to avoid. Like I tell them all the time, I said, don't mess with somebody that everybody wants. Daddy, why? I said, because he got too many options. Got too many options, and depends on how he was raised. You know, he may take advantage of those options. And I always try to tell you, I say, you should get somebody that you like, somebody that you respect, and somebody that you can control. And that's what you should be looking for. Like if you try to mess it up.
Now, that was really all that I really wanted y'all to hear about. He said, first of all, he said the boys at 18 got to get out. The girls can stay as long as they want. I find that to be backwards. Not that the girls gotta get out at 18, but here's the issue. What is the problem in the black community with masculinity and having our boys have time to cultivate masculinity? Why do we think that boys should understand automatically how to be men the moment they turn 18 and they gotta get out? Why? What is that in the black community? What is that? Why do we do our boys that way? Why do we tell our boys, you don't got no time? As soon as you hit that 18th birthday, as soon as the clock strike 11:59, You gotta be a man. Like, you gotta be a man. I ain't gonna help you. We ain't gonna talk about it. You can't come to me. You gotta be a man. He didn't say nothing about paying for his son's schooling and education and making sure that he got everything set. So that when he do leave underneath the structure of his father, he can have better success to have the structure he needs to be a man in this world. And thank you, Too Tall. And it hit different when the men don't even see the value of other black men. To say, no. Black men in this country are the most marginalized group, and he needs the most help. He needs help. And I am the father that's not been struggling financially. I'm going to tell him and teach him and cultivate him on what he needs to understand: financial, business, how to manage his money, how to manage his life, how to manage his sex, how to manage all 10, how to manage his spiritual, how to manage his health, how to manage his family, how to manage his appearance, how to manage his dwelling. And then I'm going to teach him about his mobility. I got to teach him about his education. I got to teach him about his profession. I got to teach him about his leisure. And I got to teach him about his wealth, because as a man, he's judged and valued or devalued on these things. I can't just send him out there blind because he's 18. You're not a man at 18. You're not. If women aren't women at 18, then men aren't men at 18. You don't know everything you need to know as a woman at 18. But that's what your daddy is for. Your father, the girl's supposed to go. And you know where she goes? You don't kick her out on her ear. You send her to her husband's house. That's where you send her at 18, 19, 20. She can go to school when she married. We got it all messed up, and that's why we're so behind in the world, in this country as a group of people, because we're backwards. We hustle backwards every day. We hustle backwards every day. Thank you, Greaseman. One moment. Is the audio still okay? Because I know I had my voice raised just a minute ago. Is the audio still okay? Hey, Miss Brenda. Is the audio still all right? Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is still okay. A 2 if it's problematic. But in any case, let me continue. We are hustling backwards all the time. We do not value the men at all. With a father like Shaquille, who has made his money and his profession, and whatever Shaquille don't know, he should have a network of men that he can send his son to and say, learn your finances over there. Because that's where I gotta learn this over here. These aren't my strong points. I'm gonna give you my strong points. But where I'm weak at, I know somebody that'll help you out. Because I don't want you to have the same weaknesses I have. Women are a problem for young men, because young men are a big ball of testosterone. That's why women are a problem for young men. You got to teach your son, women are a distraction to you. Don't get caught up with them. I know you like them. I know you want them. Ain't nobody saying there's nothing wrong with that. But what I am saying is you can't get caught up. Teach them early about the value of their seed. Don't give it to everybody. Don't be shooting up everybody's club. You can't shoot the club up just because she fine. Just because she can make it clap. It's a million of them. If you only knew, it's a million of them. Your daddy done ran through them, okay? I ran through them in my day. You gonna run through them in your day. But listen, let me tell you, I made a lot of mistakes with these women. A lot of mistakes with the women. I don't want you to have to make the same mistake that I done made with women. I know they fine. I know they own you. I know. But you gotta have some kind of discipline with your sex, and you gotta be able to get all 10 of those 10 life values down from spiritual value to wealth value. I'm gonna teach you how to get the bag. And I'm gonna teach you how to get it the right way so you don't have to lose it. So you'll understand system, order, and structure with that wealth. That people can't come along and get you out of it. Thank you, Ramses. People can't come along and, jip you out of it and scam you out of it. Some woman can't come along and finesse you out of it. Thank you, Christian. I said, Mom put me out when I was working 2 jobs and going to school full time. I was spiraling within a year. It was Dad that stepped in and got me together. Exactly. Thank you, D-Sense. Said Shaq need to understand his Proverbs. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. You gotta get that to the boys, because they are the ones that need to provide for others. Everybody look to men for the 4 P's. Everybody. Even other men will look to other men for at least 1 or 2 of them. There are men that look to other men for problem solving. There are men that look to other men for provision in different capacities. Thank you, Michael Covington. Let me hit a commercial break real quick, and I'm going to be back to cook this, because it is a lot of different points that we need to talk about. Okay? So, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Spanky Hayes, and I want to say something, whether it's comedy, acting, or just in general real life. I use my A game. I gotta have the A game. I pack it in every pocket. I got 1 pill in every pocket, and every pair of pants I got. Listen, entertaining y'all is hard sometimes. I gotta fly to Dallas, then to Denver, then to New York, then to LA, then to Detroit. Come on, man. That tires me out. I just take the A game now. I don't have that problem no more. I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night with the A game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey there.
Guess what I just took? What? A game, A game, A game, A game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay.
Hey, I know a lot of y'all like that little commercial. Thank you, Frederick. She was like, A game. She knew what it was. He was like, I took the A game. She was like, She knew what it was. She ran right over there. Like that little dirt pile. It'll be there when I get back. Whatever. Before I go on, I'm going to have to reward the 257 people that gave me a like with a bam, 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 bam. Y'all hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta So if we could just get the other 200 or so people to hit the like button, that'd be awesome. And thank you all so much. Okay, so let's get back into it. Let's get back back into it, everybody. He's setting his daughters up for failure. That's a fail. How many generations are we going to send our girls through a masculine life just so they can end up masculine and without the ability to connect? He's trying to create strong, independent women. And listen, talking about get a man that you like, respect, and control. Now the ladies in the chat. Now we gonna have to go ahead and be real with it today. We gonna have to keep it 100 today. Thank you, Rob. Says Shaq want to make his daughters into daughter wives, not for any sexual thing, but he likes having feminine energy dependent on him in his house, reaffirming his masculinity, just like black women with son husbands. See, and that's what I said at the beginning. The daughter wife. Rarely, it's much more rare than the son husband, but we just see an example of that and how that comes about. Now, ladies in the chat, is it even possible for women, and let's keep it 100, ladies, can you respect a man that you can control? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm waiting on this one. Yes or no? Is it even possible for us to respect a man that we can control? No, we don't respect that dude. If I can put a battery in your back, if you got Mattel stamped on your back, if there is a battery compartment on your back at all, and I got batteries that I can put up in there, you done. You're done. You're done. There is no respect that no woman can have with a man that she can puppeteer and control. We don't respect men like that. No woman does. She could be a hyena. She could be a lioness. There are no lionesses that respect the lion that don't roar and patrol and be a lion. A group of lionesses will jump him. Mark what I say. Mark what I say. You ever seen that on them little nature shows? You be watching lions and stuff like that. A group of lionesses will jump a male lion. Let him don't be doing what male lions do. Let him don't be doing what male lions do. Let him not go out there and patrol and roar and get a hyena, kill it, protect. Let him not do that. And the lionesses will be like, y'all want to get rid of this fool? Because I ain't seen him patrol in 3 days. My cubs almost got snatched up. He didn't come through. I roared for him for like an hour. He did not come through. Do y'all want to jump him? Girl, yeah. She won't submit. She won't do nothing. He come over that week if he wanna. Weak as day old dishwater. She'll do them lion skibbity paps. Them some messed up skibbity paps right there. A lion skibbity pap. That's another level of it. I done seen lionesses do that. So no female of no species respects a male that she can control. No. We don't even like them kind of dudes. We run over them dudes. The best women, avoid them. We don't even, we can't, because we don't want to just run over you. So we just be like, nah, baby, you go head on. So that's a setup. A man you can control. I bet you he didn't have no women around him that could control him. I can't say your name because it's characters, but thank you so much for the 500. I want to say they're yen. Thank you. He's setting his daughters up for failure. And this is what we constantly do in the Black community. We constantly set the girls and the boys up for failure. We set the girls up for failure by sending them on a very masculine trajectory in life. That, especially when in this situation where his daughters have not had to struggle. Typically speaking, in the Black community, Black girls get into masculine energy the more we have to struggle. The more that we are in poverty or grew up that way or grew up in dysfunctional households, that usually has the girls going into this very masculine space. I lived it. I know what I'm talking about. You grow up having these masculine things thrown at you where you gotta be this rough, tough, whatever. And that usually comes from the struggle. That usually comes from struggling underneath the American nightmare, aka the lost value system. That's where that usually comes from. So it hurts my heart to see a situation where the girls have not grown up struggling. They have not grown up struggling. And then to still send them on a masculine trajectory in life makes no sense. They should be the most feminine girls because they did have a dad that was giving them the 4 P's. They should be the most feminine. She should know what it is to constantly be in masculine energy all the time. She shouldn't even know. And you know whose job it was to put her in feminine energy all the time? Her mom. That was Shawnee's job. And what keeps her in that feminine energy is her father's 4 P's. Her father's provision. Her father's masculine light. Her father's problem solving. Her father's protection. Her father's love. That's what's supposed to keep her and make her remain in her feminine energy. You don't let her stay until whenever. No, because she has to implement her femininity just like the boys are going to have to implement their masculinity. She's going to have to implement her womanhood like the boys are going to have to implement their manhood. And she can't do that under her father. Because guess what she gonna want to do? She gonna want to hit that other P. And her daddy can't do that. It become time to have a man, another man that takes that role. So you don't send her off to school and all of this other kind of foolishness until she's 35 and then trying to find no man. You send her off at 18, 19, 20, 21. Find a husband because that's what you got time for. You got time in daddy's house to find a husband. That's what it's for. You got time in daddy's house because daddy know what kind of daughter he raised. You can be here, you can go to school, but we gonna find you a husband. And I don't know what this is all about, thinking we can't do the husband thing, and if I get married, then all of a sudden there's no avenue for me to pursue education or a profession. This is 2022. Men nowadays ain't tripping on that. If a young woman gets married at 21, 22, okay, men in the chat, if you would marry a 21-year-old woman, or you got a son that would marry a young woman like that, are y'all against this woman being a wife and maybe going to school at the same time? Are y'all really against that? Because I don't know a whole lot of men that's really against that. So it's not a whole lot of dudes that's like, oh, because you married to me, you better not leave this house. Like, it ain't a whole lot of dudes like that. So men ain't tripping. They want you to find something to do anyway. The only time he gonna really try to make it where you ain't working or you ain't going to school is when it's time to start having children. Once you start having kids and stuff like that, then that's when he'll be like, well, I kind of don't want you to really work though. And what he does is he tries to make it so where she don't have to. But as long as y'all two are young or whatever, he might be a little bit older, she young, y'all ain't had no kids yet. Listen, go to school, finish your school. He don't care. He don't want no dummy no way. Finish your school. Go ahead. He don't want you sitting around looking stupid. So go ahead, finish your school. You know, you can do that. It ain't too many men that's really just staunch down against that. So I don't know why we have this function where we think the girls can't do what she's supposed to do as a young woman first. A woman's youth and her beauty and her fertility is for when she young. Then she give that to her husband. They are his daughters are really in prime position to have been virgins or not really had no real relationship or men experience and go out there and get a husband. He vet and found a husband for them. But what he really telling us is, I'm raising my children under the American nightmare. I'm perpetuating what amounts to generational curses. And it doesn't matter that we're in a different socioeconomic, another income bracket. We're not poor, we're not struggling, but it doesn't matter. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm raising my kids under this lost value system / American nightmare system, where black boys can continue to be marginalized. I'm not gonna really help him. It's the boys that really should be at the house. Because he's completing his education on being a man. He'll leave soon enough. Because as a young man, he is going to want to exercise his manhood and his masculinity. And he can't do that under his father. So just the sheer independence of men is going to make him leave. You don't got to tell him he got to get out at 18. He going to want to leave. If his masculinity has been taught to him properly, he's going to want to go. Am I right for the men? Because I raised a boy to a young man. And he was like 20. And he was ready to, he moved out of state. He's like, I'm gone. I'm out of Chicago. I'm out of the whole state. I'm gone somewhere else. And he moved. And we was like, all we could do was be like, be careful. Give you some pointers. My brother gave him some pointers. My father gave him some pointers. Hey, just be careful. You need me? Call me. But hey, My dad was like, hey, you a young man. You feel like you got to strike out? Hey, do that. That's what men do. I left my house at 13, didn't look back. I ain't never been back. So my dad was with it. He was like, hey, just be careful, man. You know, I love you. If you need help, I'm going to help you. Something go down, you need me to come get you, I'm going to come get you. But as long as you safe, as long as you good, you good. But we never told him at any point in time, at 18, you got to get out. I never said that to him. I never said that to him. So you don't really gotta tell boys you gotta get out, because he's gonna get that itch anyway. But telling them to get out actually do something to them. It tell them they not wanted. You can't tell your boys they ain't wanted or they not valued. You can't tell them that. You can't put that in their atmosphere, in their brain. That, man, you really want me out like on my birthday? Nah. Thank you to Renzo. So our young men need so much help. We need our own real military, literally, to train them ourselves. And most people shy away from that conversation. Black men need help. Black boys need help. They need more of a boost. Tossing them out at 18, talking about go ahead, figure it out. That has never worked. Other demographics, other people, other groups of people do not do that to their boys. They don't. Take Arabs or Indian Pakistan culture, for instance. I know plenty of Indian Pakistan, they son be 24 living with his mom and daddy. Because you know what he doing? He earning his doctorate. You know what he doing? He doing he's doing his residency at the hospital. He ain't ready yet. He ain't ready to take on a family. He not ready to take on wife and kids yet. He's establishing himself as a man. And his parents are allowing him that freedom to do that while supporting him. Because at 18, you're just now entering another phase of your life. You don't know it all. And men have it harder in life than women do. And feminism have us believe the opposite is true. It is not. Men have it harder in life. Period. Women have all kinds of safety nets, namely men. Because I didn't see no influx of OnlyFans for men during the pandemic. Did you? A woman can, if she look good enough and she finesse good enough, she can find a sugar daddy, she can find a man, she can go to these programs in society and get help. She got all kind of safety nets to keep her from hitting rock bottom. Men do not have that. If a man can't make it, well then he just can't make it. And everybody gonna look at him and say, well, you a man. Why you couldn't make it? Why you can't figure it out? We not giving you a man. Oh well. Oh, you out sleeping on park benches? Oh well, you know what you do. What you not ambitious? What you didn't get a job? Don't nobody care about when men have mental health issues. Don't nobody care about when men have other issues going on that affect his income, that affect how he can live. Nobody cares. Nobody gives two shorts and curlies about what men go through. They just go through it. Black men especially. Marginalized. The group with the highest incarceration rates. The group of men more likely to be shot in an encounter with the police than any other demographic of men. The school to prison pipeline is designed specifically for him. And he don't need help. He don't need the help of his parents, especially if they in position to do that. Thank you so much, Emeralds. Thank you so much. So we only side-eye women with degrees when they come with the superiority complex. Right. Thank you. See, we're going to talk about that this week. Thank you, the Goldman Sachs. Y'all won't believe it. But thank you so much. Sigma said, raised myself in a household with a beta father and irate modern mom. Had papers for the Marines as soon as I turned 18, although I had a job. Joined the USAF on my time and haven't spent the night there since. Now they're saying I'm against family. And you're right, Dr. Michelle. This culture, of how black people treat the men, it's backwards. And this is why we're at the bottom. Because we think manhood don't need no time to cultivate. If you raise a woman right, and you raise her in her feminine energy, and you raise her to be a woman, she's not going to have too many problems in life. She really not. Because you know what you do with her? You find her a man that make her life easy. Find her a man that makes her life easier. He's the safety net. I can go to school if I want to. I can work if I want to. But for the men, everybody looking to him to figure it out. He got to figure it out. He got to figure out leadership. He got to figure out all of that stuff. He got to make his life better. He got to make other people's lives better, because there's going to be a woman somewhere that wants him to make her life easy. And the way we carry it, is it any wonder? Is it any wonder that's why we in the shape we in? Doomed. Doomed. It's over with. Because we like this foolishness. We keep regurgitating it generation after generation. We do it over and over. It's not going to work this time, just like it didn't work that time, or that time, or that time. It don't work. Nobody else is doing it like that. Men have to build solid foundations, because he has to be solid all his life. He can't fail, because we don't look kindly on men who fail. We don't look sympathetically on men who fail. Men who can't make it. Men who can't get, you know what I'm saying? These businesses and money and education and status. We don't look very favorably upon the men. Bruh, your life. You ain't got your life together. Men don't even give other men excuses that much. Am I lying? Because once a man see another man of a certain age, he almost don't want to hear what he went through as a kid. He don't want to hear that. Am I lying? Men don't be want to hear that. After you a certain age, one man to another man looking, I don't care what your mama did or didn't do. Thank you again, Philip. Said putting them out without the tools to compete or defend themselves as a man puts them at a huge disadvantage. Exactly. Exactly. Even men be like, nah, bruh, you 28. Bruh, you 32. You can't keep talking about, your daddy wasn't there, man. You can't keep talking about what your mama did, bruh. You can't do it. I've heard these conversations. Can't do it. We men. We men. You gotta be a man. Men got that much mercy on another man. Because men understand the world in which they live. It's a dog-eat-dog world. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And if you're going to be out here as a man, you're going to have to go ahead and be out here as a man or get ate up. You'll get there, we run right over you. That's why young men be going to the military and stuff like that, because they be trying to get that. They be trying to get that. Let me go somewhere where it's a structure so I can learn how to be a man. Thank you, Brandon. And some men go to the military, can't hack it. But there are others who go and shine. They actually do take them lessons from other men. They don't like it because it's a hard lesson. You got some dude screaming in your face. And you know what I'm saying? Telling you what to do, telling you when to get up, when to go to bed, when to eat, when to exercise, when you gotta do these drills, you gotta run 10 miles, you got all that, you gotta do boot camp, I'm gonna get in your face, yell at you, call you names, act stupid with you. See what you made out of. See, do you start shaking in your boots because somebody hollering at you? You start crying because somebody raised their voice at you. If you crying because I'm hollering, what you gonna do when a bullet come through? What you gonna do? Cry? You gonna cry. You gonna cry in the car. And if you crying right now because I'm yelling and calling you out your name, I know you ain't made of much. Some boys join gangs. Thank you. Some boys join gangs because they're looking for some way or some structure to teach them the lessons that they didn't get. Because they know they gotta be men. That's a world women don't understand. Because it's not a dog-eat-dog world for women. Because we can find a dude and get right up under his cover. If you know how to be a woman, get right up under his cover. Nope, I'm cozy right next to you. That's how I'm gonna make it. You a man that, right? You got 4 P's? Yep, I'm under the cover. I'm under the cover. Because I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to figure it all out. But that's the life of a woman. Thank you, Ruminant. What's so cold is a few men who get it out the mud are using examples of why this madness works. Right. The exceptions to the rules. When I was 18, 19, coming up out my mama house, dysfunctionally, guess what I did? You know what I did? You know what I did? Wanna know what I did? I got married. Because I knew I wasn't about that life. I'm not getting out here. I'm not getting out here. Trying to work, No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm going to find me a husband. I'm going right over to the masjid. I'm going to the masjid. Is it a husband in here? Y'all looking for a wife? I'm 19. I ain't got no kids. Y'all looking for a wife? Yes, ma'am. I knew what the deal was back then. You don't put me out here. I'm not going to be out here for the streets. You ain't gonna make me for no streets. I knew I wasn't built for no street. I'm still not. I am not built for no street. Right over to the masjid. Is it a brother looking for a wife? I'm a little older. I still ain't got no kids. You looking for a wife? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Right up under me. But that's the life of a woman. Men don't have that. Men don't have that option. Men gotta make the cover that other people want to get up under. And in order to make a successful cover, you're going to have to get your vitality up, your energy up, your focus up, your strength up. And you're going to have to do that with some A-game, A-game, A-game. So how do you get on your A-game? All you got to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. Please do not forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10. You can have this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This stuff works. There are no artificial ingredients at all to make you crash. This is just 21 natural herbs. And for those of you who are concerned, there's also no animal byproducts in it either. So if you're a vegetarian or what have you, you can take this product as well. Okay? All right. So what I want to do is I want to thank everyone for coming through with their very, very much appreciated contributions through Super Chat, through Cash App, and through PayPal. I want to thank everyone for coming through. I want to especially thank everyone for hitting like, and I want to thank my support team, without which I cannot come to you and bring you this content. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next